Well, hello there, one and all, and welcome back to the Geeknd Live. There I am. Your Thursday starts here, everybody. I'm Jamie, and in this week's alleged entertainment of Star Wars news, we will be talking about Weird Al Detoursvich. Yeah, come on to that. Also, some extra Kenobi details, very minor spoilers, not a leak, it's official stuff. And also, an exclusive reveal. Mark Hamill's favorite Star Wars film, as according to Mark Hamill via, well, it's not my exclusive, okay? It's via The Hollywood Reporter, and it's not even a recent exclusive. He said it in 2019, but I stumbled across it here in 2022, and it's something to talk about, okay? So sue me well, it's real news, just fake news in terms of being my exclusive. Also, a little Kylo Ren Rise of Skywalker bit of tidbit, I guess, to talk about as well. But if you're new here, this channel is about Star Wars. This is a weekly live stream, most weeks, where we talk about whatever we can, really, and we talk together. It's a very interactive stream. And if you're here live in the chat, say hello. I know it's been very busy even before we started. And if you're watching on the replay, aka in the future, leave me a comment as well. Get involved. And if you are new to the channel, there is other content as well, not that is a stream. Yeah. Interviews, all sorts of stuff. Anyway, let's say some hellos to who's in the house. Glenn the Geeky Hippie was here. Wait a minute. Glenn, the Geeky Hippie, Jedi, Sentinel. I can't keep up with these name changes from you, Glenn. Wow. Glenn, the former, Glenn, the present. I don't know where we are. But anyway, it's a new name for Glenn. There it is on screen as well. Buenos dias to you now, Glenn, the Geeky Hippie, Jedi Sentinel. Gaz Nottingham as well. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. There was a bit of discussion between you and Glenn before we got started. I can see 62 days till Kenobi. Frogger leaped into the stream, then leaped straight back out again just to say hello and to smash that like button like you all have, right? He'll be watching tomorrow in the future. Okay, the replay. Chad, the stopwatch Campbell, is here as well. He's just talking about the weather for some reason. I assume somebody asked him about the weather where he is, or he's just lost the plot, which wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. Jane Flakes is here as well. Hello, darlings, and my fellow Sith. Powdroid Girl is here too. Like the video even before entering the chat. Good to see so many familiar faces, avatars, names. Peter being one of them over in the Netherlands as well. Who else we got in the house? Star Wars Politics is here as well for that news. Anders Lay, hello there to you. Quite relevant because we are going to talk Kenobi very soon. And yes, it is official Kenobi news, not a leak. Don't usually do leaks here, to be honest, unless we really are scraping the barrel. David Milano is here as well. And also, I've always struggled, haven't I, with pronouncing this. Badigdat as well. Always good to see you. And I think I'm up to date. No, David's here. Good to see you, David. You have missed the last few streams. I've been very disappointed in you, but now that has all been forgotten because you're back. Good to see you, mate, and I hope all's well with you and the family. And Chad is doing his thing. He is the stopwatch Campbell. If you're new here, he tries to keep us the time. 30 minutes kind of is what we aim for. All right, then. Let's get into the first story. And a little bit of a fun one that you might have stumbled across yourself this week. So this is taken from comicbook.com, but actually it's from an interview that Weird Al Yankovic, musician, comedian from the USA, I believe. Or is he Canadian? I don't know. Either way, he's a man. He's a human man. He was on the George Lucas show, which is a very fun show. If you're not aware of it, check it out. And dropped some juicy information regarding Star Wars Detours. Yeah. So this was, I think, from the people that brought, Robot Chicken creators. Basically had this series greenlit, this Star Wars animated comedy series, and it was made in terms of a first series and never saw the light of day. And it does seem there has been rumors that it's going to be dropped onto Disney Plus at some point which kind of makes sense. If it's there and, good to go, why wouldn't you? They've dropped enough forgotten, content like the Ewoks adventures and what have you, droids or what have you. There's a lot of what haves you right now onto Disney Plus. So why not put this on? I think they will one day. There was a leak of an entire episode. I think it was an entire episode. It was pretty short anyway, like no more than 15 minutes. I didn't think it was particularly funny, to be honest. So I'm not yearning for this series, but I don't understand why they wouldn't just drop it onto Disney Plus. But anyway, Weird Al Yankovic started writing music for it. So he was on the George Lucas talk show, which, again, you should definitely check out if you haven't seen that already. They put most of their episodes out on YouTube, I think, so pretty easy to access. So he basically he said, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but he talked about it anyway, and now he's probably being sued. But he was working on music for the third season of the show, it sounds like. So had they already made 2 seasons? I knew there was 1. Anyway, these are Weird Al Yankovic's words in my voice. We were working on a Star Wars musical. That was a 3rd season show. We were writing songs, and all of a sudden it was like, this is not going to happen. Yankovic confirmed while on the George Lucas talk show. When asked for more details about the music, the musician confessed, I don't know that I'm allowed to talk about it. There were, at least half a dozen or more songs as part of the musical and the various characters in the show. We actually recorded them singing their songs, and that was about a week before we found out that the show was not happening. So this show was so far down the line. I think by that he's saying this was for the 3rd season. So had they already made 2 seasons, it was so far down the line. Either way, to be honest, the plug was pulled, and I just don't understand why it would not come to Disney Plus now. I'm sure it will one day. Anyway, I'll pop over to the chat to see what people are saying in a moment, but let's get into something else, shall we? We'll save the Kenobi for a moment. Let's just do a little bit of archive news, even though actually I stumbled across this just the other day from slashfilm.com, who are also obviously scraping the barrel at the moment, picking out old stories too. So let's just bring up that screen as well in a moment from Slash Film. Bear with me, people. You know what I'm like. I'm sluggish with the tech. All right. So Mark Hamill, I mean, okay, no surprise if you don't know this already. No surprise here which of the Star Wars films he has selected as his favorite. But it's quite interesting anyway, because he adds a bit of color, a bit of reasoning behind his not particularly surprising choice. It's Empire, by the way. So these are Mark Hamill's words, also in my voice. I'm very versatile. Okay, it's like pick your favorite child. You like them all for different reasons, something I definitely agree with. I guess I'd have to go with Empire only because it was so unexpected to have the protagonist be so soundly defeated. Losing the hand and the dad fader, all of it was pretty unexpected, and it was much more cerebral. Yoda is such an important addition to the mythology, and I thought it was so clever of George, the concept of the Force, so you can talk about religion and spirituality without making everyone uncomfortable. So for that alone, Mark Hamill says The Empire Strikes Back is his favorite Star Wars film of all time. So now you know. You're welcome. All right, guys, we'll get back to the other stories in a moment. I'll pop over to the chat right now. Let's have a look. Where was I? Yeah. So this is a character from a game I've not played. And now I think people are going to start bringing up a show I haven't watched yet. But I did hear about Cal Kestis' lightsaber coming to Disneyland. Hey, you're a local. Dave Milano. Will you be going there tomorrow to witness the arrival? Force push that like button. I like it, David. I like it. Okay, I definitely forgive you now for your recent absence. Hello there to Clays as well. Good to see you, my friend. And this is Chad Campbell now saying, this is the kind of news that makes me really want Detours released. Love some Weird Al. Again, they recorded the singing, man. And if I've read that right, that was for season 3. Why would you not drop it? I don't understand. I'm sure it's going to happen. And like I said, there were rumors, just rumors, not too long ago that it was coming. Jane Flakes adds, I would like to see this strange comedy show. And Glenn did see some excerpts online of Star Wars Detours. I don't know if you saw what I saw. I saw, I think, an entire episode, like I said. Yeah, Glenn has confirmed the leak must be what he watched. Star Wars politics. We Star Wars fans need as much as we can get on Disney Plus. The more content, the better. I will gladly take a musical. Yeah, why not, man? I mean, we had it at the end of the Hawkeye series, end of the credits, didn't we? So yeah, I mean, again, I feel like Star Wars on Disney Plus at the moment isn't quite there. You know, I think a lot of more casual fans will be just subscribing when there's a big event series happening, like Book of Boba most recently. Then they've probably unsubscribed again, bring on Kenobi, then we'll be back. So yeah, I feel like, why would you not add to the roster? You know, boost what's already there to keep people, you know, locked in for longer. Meanwhile, Glenn, whatever his name is these days, says Disney Plus has been making me happy as of late, even if the House of the Mouse itself isn't. Glenn, by the way, I saw that you've got an operation tomorrow. I think I saw that in a comment. I hope it goes well, my friend. Bill Murray singing Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars on Saturday Night Live. I'm sure you'll find it on YouTube to hear the Bill Murray version as opposed to the Jamie Stangram version. But thank you, Power Droid girl. Jane Flake says Robot Chicken did Star Wars on Ice, which was pretty groan-inducing. And Astromus, hello to you. And of course, Rebels. It's actually going to happen, and I'm going to cover it quite big on the channel, just to keep you all off my case. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think I said that, didn't I? Or are you talking to somebody else? Yeah, Cal Castis is from the game, isn't he? But I also haven't played that. But I get less jip about that. All the jip is the fact that is directed towards the fact that I haven't seen Rebels yet. Gaz Nottingham, in regards to Mark Hamill's comments, he loves them. Such a cool guy. Great taste in movies. Yeah, I think I'd have to put Empire top myself, as would David, although Revenge of the Sith and Empire Strikes Back are his top two films. I don't know in which order. I assume Empire first because you've said it first. So jam-packed full of huge action without there being wasted space and non-stop storyline and advancement, both visually and musically engrossing. Peter, yes, I know it's happening. I know. What did I go off? Did I go off air? Did I go off air? Anyway, I can be lost in so many ways: mentally, physically, emotionally. Some might say sexually. Anyway, moving on. I will do some. I don't like doing reactions. I don't think I've ever really done an actual reaction, you know, where people film themselves watching something for the first time, i.e. a reaction. Maybe, but I will be doing some things. Gaz says, I will try. I try not to have favorite Star Wars movies and view them as one piece, but Empire is my number one. I love the dark vibes, emotion, and all the lore introduced. Probably why I love The Rise of Skywalker. Speaking of which, we're going to talk about Troz now. First of all, Peter says we can do a collective online Rebels viewing with Jamie. Yeah. I mean, I've got a lot to get through, so maybe the finale or something. If you guys can suggest a particular episode that would be good to do together, that would be a good idea. But I don't think every episode together will be very productive because, again, there's a lot to get through. And I want to try and do it before Kenobi. Right, okay, I'm going to... Chad, thanks for bringing that up. So if anybody doesn't know, when I interviewed Dave Prowse for the original run of These Are the Actors You're Looking For Star Wars interview series on this channel, still here, still there. The Force Awakens trailer, the first trailer, hadn't been out that long. And I played it to Dave kind of unplanned on just my phone. iPhone 8 Plus, no less, pretty sure, you know, which was a big screen. And he didn't react much, to be honest. But we played it to him, we filmed him watching it, and it was literally just him staring at it, to be honest, with the occasional, you know, when you see Vader's burnt helmet, he said something like, "Oh, poor Darth." That was about the only kind of outburst of emotion of any kind we got from him. But this YouTube channel didn't exist at the time. Or did it exist? But I wasn't actually uploading at the time. Anyway, I put it on the wrong channel. Nothing happened. Didn't matter. missed the moment. The Force Awakens came out and it still hadn't even got any views on what at the time was just my personal channel, just for uploading stuff that I wanted to privately share with people, but this was public. And then all of a sudden, after The Force Awakens came out, well after, I think, in fact, it went bloody viral. And it's my only million view video, but it's on the wrong channel. Which, by the way, I have actually used as the Geeknd second channel. I've turned it into the Geeknd second channel. And this week, I'm going to be adding branding and stuff. It's going to be the Geeknd movies. So that's where we're going to do our general movie chat and stuff like that. So, yeah, I haven't linked to it. But at the moment, I think it's the Geeknd Shorts, because at one point I thought about having it as a channel just for shorts. So if you YouTube search the Geeknd Shorts, it might come up. But anyway, I'll be linking to it when it's all good to go properly. So anyway, where were we? Yeah, Gaz Nottingham brought up Troz, so that segues us nicely into the next little bit of news or tidbit. Where is it? Here we go. I'm on Screen Rant. All right. Okay. So this is about The Rise of Skywalker. We're looking at Screen Rant now. This is by Kevin Erdman. Rise of Skywalker's brutal alternative Kylo Ren Exegol mission would have been better. Who knew? Okay, well, there is new art, and these are the words from the article. New art from Star Wars concept artist John McCoy has revealed that Kylo Ren's mission to find Exegol was initially conceived to be a longer and far more brutal affair. There's a handful of images that feature Ren on a long road battling legions of warriors on his own before he finds the Wayfinder. Now, there is one of the images down here. Let me show you. There you go. I mean, we did see a bit of this. We did see a bit of action, him taking down the warriors. What we ended up with in the opening film was pretty cool, I thought, but also pretty darn short as well. And like a lot of the movie, it did feel a bit rushed, especially the first, third of that movie, I would say. And I do think a longer, more challenging journey for Ren would have been a great scene setter. It was a good scene setter anyway, but could have been a great scene setter, seeing his determination, ruthless determination in what looks like, pretty intense shots in art form, at least here. And then it would have added a bit more weight, to his eventual redemption, potentially, as well. So, yeah, I mean, that scene was fairly dark, in tone, but could have been even darker by the looks of it. But I think it's quite obvious to say, like most films, a lot was cut out. It could have been generally a longer film. There were arguments to suggest or to ask perhaps that it could have been a 2-film in the end. Now, how do I get Chad's comment off? It's been on for ages. There we go. Stealing the limelight. I'm going to pop back over to the chat and then we'll do our final Kenobi thing. All right. So the last thing I saw was that. I don't know if Disney Plus allows for watch parties. They probably do. Yeah, within the app or within the, the however you watch Disney Plus, but I doubt streaming it on YouTube. That's something I have got to look into more, to be honest. All right. Chad says, I know that Lego Star Wars, the game, comes out in a week or so, and this is in response to Star Wars Politics, who asked, is there any Lego Star Wars news? I will be playing it with a friend, Chad continues saying, finally ending my absence from the Star Wars Lunch Special podcast. Chad's podcast is out there. He was covering the Book of Boba Fett each week, and then looks like he'll be back. He'll be back for some Lego Star Wars action, of which, by the way, my 5-year-old nephew is really got into on Disney Plus, the Star Wars Lego content. I have been reliably informed by his father, my brother. There you go. Star Wars Politics says, nice concept art. I liked this scene in the movie when he gets the saber from Rey through the Force teleport. Yeah, the saber from Rey through the Force teleport. Yeah. Anders said, heard today that the new Lego Star Wars game doesn't have character customization. Was planning on making Darth Jar Jar in the game. Oh, well, should still be an awesome game. Yeah, well, the closest thing you'll get to Darth Jar Jar is still on this channel with Ahmed Best doing the voice, imagining the voice, if you like. So there we go. A bit of Lego news for you there, Star Wars Politics, courtesy of Anders and also Chad. Right then, let's do the final the final thing. Oh, no, hang on. Yeah, no, they are from Mustafar. The images are from Mustafar. It was when he's trying to find... It's his search for Exegol, isn't it? To find the Wayfinder. So, no, the images are definitely from Mustafar, as was the scene in the film. And Gaz also says there was a longer scene film for the opening of the movie, Kylo getting the Wayfinder from the eye of Webbish Bog. I mean, what we did get was cool, but it could have been cooler, of course. Also, a question from David Milano. Anyone going to Star Wars Celebration? I am not, David. I'm going to be back in the UK. Obviously, I'm not too far away from you right now. You're very close, aren't you, too? It's Anaheim, right? Yeah, I won't be going this time. Surely after this one, they're going to come back to London, right, for Europe, hopefully. If not, I've got to do one, and maybe we can do a meetup. But is anybody else going? Let David know, all right? Let me know. Alpha Monkey, hello there to you. All right, we are going to do the final thing now. Where is it? Let's have a look. So, this is official. This is not a leak, but if you're trying to avoid anything to do with Kenobi, then there's a warning to you that in 3, 2, 1, you might hear something you don't want to hear. All right, then, everybody. So, we have got some information now. This is from the Disney Plus app, certainly the UK version of the app. I'm sure all of the versions of the app have the same thing and say the same thing, but there is some details about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series coming to Disney Plus. Here are those details. During the reign of the Galactic Empire, former Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi embarks on a crucial mission. Kenobi must confront allies turned enemies and face the wrath of the Empire. I mean, personally, I was hoping for a mission of only minor significance, but hey, I guess I'll still take it. Former Jedi. He's still a Jedi, right? Or does this mean that he's disconnected himself from the Force, perhaps? So that's quite interesting. I mean, obviously, he's going to go on an important mission. That's been clear from the moment this was announced. He's not just going to be sitting in the Mos Eisley cantina drinking blue milk. Maybe he will, but clearly not for the entire series, unless he has become a blue milk-aholic, and therefore it is a very important mission for him to have his fill. But that's quite interesting. Former Jedi. Anyway, I'm going to pop over to the chat now. I'll take this off the screen. Realize I didn't exactly show that particularly well. Sorry. All right, where are we? 8 minutes remaining. Thank you, Chad. Yeah, I think we're almost there. I'm just going to get some final comments in. Jane Flakes, he was one of the masters on the main council, hence former Jedi master. Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Although I still feel like maybe he has disconnected from the Force. Perhaps he's gone a little bit grumpy guts towards the Force, kind of given up the fight almost. In fact, he says that at the opening of the trailer, doesn't he? Whoever he's talking to, he says it's over. We lost the fight. So perhaps he's given up, and a message is going to get to him, right, about a mission that he needs to help with, and it will perhaps re-engage him with the Force, with the fight, to show there is hope. Important word, isn't it? In bringing down the Empire. And Star Wars Politics also adds, technically the Jedi Order is no more, so therefore former Jedi is proper. Yeah, true that as well. And Chad Campbell says, I was really hoping for the show to be only him drinking blue milk. You never know. They might be throwing us a curveball with these new details and that trailer, which featured no blue milk whatsoever, as far as my eyes could see. And Peter also adds, there are no more Jedis. Fair enough. Yeah. And Star Wars Politics, yeah, in regards to the trailer, very true. Obi-Wan accepts and admits defeat, but knows there is hope. All right, everybody. I think that might be it. But it was good to see so many familiar faces and names. And what's this from Glenn? I was about to wrap up, but Glenn has rudely interrupted the wrap-up. So I will read it. In case you missed it, Jamie, today is the 17th anniversary of Star Wars Clone Wars ending. To be honest, it's probably only about the 1-year anniversary of me finishing the Clone Wars. It was about this time last year. When was Bad Batch? Was that like April-ish last year? But hey, no, I didn't know that. And also, when you do the @ thing, it doesn't notify me, which is annoying. It would be good if it did. Maybe it's because I use StreamYard, not YouTube. But anyway, that's cool. Thank you for that anniversary announcement, Glenn, whatever your name is these days. Gaz Nottingham, the Marvel Star Wars comics in 2015, issues 7, 15, and 20 sets up the mindset of Kenobi in the show from the Journal of Obi-Wan himself. It's very good and in line with the series trailer. That's cool. So you're giving me more homework to do. I've got Rebels to get through before Kenobi starts. Thanks for that. And Star Wars Politics is asking, does someone have a name? Who are you asking? I don't know who you're asking, but whoever Star Wars Politics is asking, reveal yourself. If you have a name, reveal it. And don't worry, it's not your bad, Star Wars Politics. It's not your bad. I mean, if it's my name, it's Jamie. If it's my name you seek, it's Jamie. But I think you know that because it's on the screen. And we've met before. Oh, me. It's Jamie. Surname Stangroom, which is Swedish. STANGROOM for mother. Just mother. All right, everybody. Okay, Jane Flakes. Jane Flakes is the wife's attacking me now. There's no end to the attacks. I'm going to watch Rebels. All right? It's going to happen. David, please tell me we will work up some spicy Photoshop art for your Star Wars Rebels content. I'm so pumped you're finally jumping into the show. Yeah, I mean, if you're happy to, David, you're the master of the Photoshop. So thank you. I actually, I don't want to overload you, but I know I keep saying this, but very, very soon I've got a light speed request for you in terms of Photoshopping. So, but yeah, cool, man. Thank you. Right, I think we're all good. Alpha Monkey agrees with Chad. Don't know what Chad said, but Alpha Monkey agrees with him. So everyone, thank you very much. Very good. Rebelling on Rebels, one man's journey to finally watching it. Yeah, it's a journey to learn to read properly for me as well. All right, then we did our hello there. I think it's now goodbye there, everybody. Okay, so thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll be back next week. Next week, same time, unless you hear otherwise, same place. But I am about to hit end broadcast, okay? So you got to start waving. Jane Flakes is waving, and the wife is waving an angry fist, probably. How is he not seeing Rebels? All right, everybody, keep waving. I'm hitting end broadcast. Thank you for joining, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week. And we'll be back with more news next week.